All right, welcome to the
Welcome.
podcast idea episode number 7.
Sure.
Today I'm just joined here by David, of
Yep.
course, always here. We actually have a bit of an
Oh,
audience
wait, yeah.
today. Yeah,
Should introduce them.
yeah. And you know Alex because we've had him before. You can present yourself, Alex.
Shina shina.
All right, Alex is behind the camera today. He's helping us out, and William is sitting on the chest there. Do you want to say hi, William? You gotta go to the mic. Come here, come here.
Shina shina.
All right, you can look at the camera. Say wave, wave. Never mind. Okay, never mind.
Whatever.
Okay. So we're joined by them. They might join us later for another segment, but we're just gonna have a little conversation. We have a couple topics to talk about. Nothing special, but it should be a good episode,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's just cut to the chase. All right. The first thing I actually put down here is something that I got the idea from David here. He just gave me a perfect example for this. And this is actually how and where we work more efficiently, right? And David here, he mentioned that he has to be in the zone to work more efficiently and be more focused. So, David, since you, okay, Alex, are you gonna throw that phone? Yeah, he threw the phone. Nice.
Thanks.
Okay, for those who are listening, Alex just threw the phone to David. David?
I'm here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Can you answer my question?
Sorry, what?
Come on.
Cheers, Alex.
Great. Okay. Yeah. No, my question was, you mentioned that you have to be in the zone
Yes.
to be more focused.
Yes.
Why? And how?
I mean, why? Reason being is that I feel I'm way more effective. I
Okay.
get more ideas. I'm more creative. It
But how do you get in the zone? But what's that for you?
was actually pretty interesting because on Friday, so yesterday,
Sure.
we had a PE lesson, and it was it was actually theory, and we learned about um how like training affects like your creativity and stuff, and it was actually pretty or I kind of knew this, but I didn't take it into consideration when, like, for example, being in the zone, like getting creative is, for example, they recommended taking a walk, 30-minute walk, which actually increased your creativity by up to 60%.
Okay, so just a random walk.
Yeah,
Whenever.
exactly. Outside.
But do you
30
have to
minutes?
be like thinking of the subject, or is it just random, just to relax?
No, I think first of all you need to prepare. So, for example, by taking a walk, you need to, like, you can't be stressed. You have to.
Okay, so mental preparation.
Exactly, mental preparation is key, and then what is it? Oh, okay, no.
Alex is just gesturing in the back.
All right, I'll continue. So, first of all, mental preparation is key for me, and second of all is basically just starting to think about the topic. Different sources. For example, if I want to write a text about something, I search up a bunch of articles regarding that topic, and I just start reading those. And then, I just start brainstorming pretty much ideas
All right.
or start writing,
Okay.
depending on what I do. But mental preparation is key. And this walk, 30-minute walk before, definitely helps. And I've noticed that before. I haven't actually thought of it in that way, that this is actually why I like it's so easy to get into the zone.
Okay.
But now thinking about it, it's true for me at least.
All right. And is there a specific environment or any tips that you can give us for actually getting in the zone?
I think it's
For
a
you.
very yeah. It's pretty. I think it's different from person to person. In my opinion, what helps me is actually there is nothing that it really helps for me. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Generally speaking, it doesn't matter. Um, I can be at like a cafe. I don't have to
Sure.
have headphones on, listen to music or anything. If I'm in the zone, I can cancel out everything else.
All right.
Um, and if it's quiet, that works as well.
Sure. Yeah, I think I differ a little bit from you there,
How
just
do you?
because.
Yeah, how does
Yeah,
it work for you?
like I mean, sure, getting in the zone, which is actually something that I was
How do
listening.
you define getting into the zone, or like what's getting into the zone for you? What does that mean?
Well, I actually want to mention something here that I was listening to this other book. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
mentioned it before, but I will in another episode about emotional intelligence. Pretty cool. But there's this term actually for getting in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's called flow.
Okay.
It's yeah. So when athletes are just for example, athletes, right? Or they don't even have to spend more energy to get better because they're in that state of flow,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I feel like it's a way to describe being in the zone, right? For me, yeah, and for most people, yeah, of course, it works great. Um, I mentioned the like specific environment and stuff because that really affects me. I feel like I'm much better if I have people around me, not people that I know, just people passing by. So if I'm at a cafe, doesn't matter. It's actually better if I have headphones on, but cafe, rather than being in this room, for example, which
Mm-hmm.
is like in my garage, no
Yep.
windows, right? I feel like it's too quiet for me,
Okay.
right? I I need stuff happening around me. That's why like if I'm gonna work in here, I put a podcast, even if it's without sound or really low sound in the TV, and it's better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain that, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, actually, I can agree with you on that. That too much silence
Yeah,
is
but
because usually I have like some
not
type of
only
music.
sound, but like just
Yeah,
stuff happening in the
exactly.
background, right?
Yeah, can be movement as well.
Yeah, especially at least
Yeah,
for me. Okay, yeah, that's it.
yeah, I agree.
All right, and but you mentioned that you don't have to had sorry, you don't have to had headphones on. But why is that?
Um,
Does quiet work as well as noisy for you,
I
or
mean, no, as I said before, pretty much that if I'm in the zone, I pretty much cancel out everything, like everything
sure?
else automatically, and yeah, so
But
I don't need that isolation, if you know what I mean.
sure, if you were to give us a specific example that like actually helps you get in the zone, what would that be? At least for let's say that you're
Mm.
working on your store
Mm-hmm.
and you got in the zone.
Yeah,
How'd you do it?
I think. Um, okay, so this would be a very specific example. For example, I go into town, right? I take the bus, then I walk to the cafeteria, right, from the bus stop, and let's say it's like a 10-minute walk, maybe, right?
Okay.
5-10 minute walk. I walk there. Maybe I stop by the store, buy like, sometimes I buy like a monster, that helps me out. So I go to the store, maybe everything like the walk 15, 20 minutes, um, and then I go into the cafeteria. I might order something or just get some water or something, and then start drinking my monster, and possibly put on headphones, and just start working. That, I think, the combination of the walk and just movement around me. I see everybody else like talking and stuff. It's like having fun, or like enjoying themselves, and then it's kind of like that environment promotes having fun, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
um, and just because of that, that kind of motivates me. Just because I know that
Okay.
everybody else is doing something, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna like work in silence. I'm just gonna do this, And the mental preparation with the walk definitely helps me out. Think through. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then go in and then do it. And I see it just the movement. It's like everything's blurry around me. Just see the laptop and just start
Okay.
working.
So it's a lot about routine and a lot about
Mm-hmm. It's preparation as well.
it's a type of what's the term again? Like conforming. Like conforming to behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it means?
No.
No, like when you just when you conform, you're pretty much uh, allowing yourself to just be like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. I guess it's a way to put it. But you just conform to behavior. Usually, it's seen as it could be seen as something bad, but it's just an aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not actually conforming in your example, but I guess you could explain it that way. All right, I think that's enough.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you want to give us a specific example?
For me, yeah, I if I go to somewhere busy like a cafe or a library, if I don't want to spend that much money on coffee, um, that really helps me. I feel like if it's also quiet, so I have headphones on, also helps me. So it's that, and also if I have everything that I um, like all my goals and for that specific session, whatever, are aligned. Not that I have to plan every single thing, but if I have everything ready and I don't have a mess in my head that I have to worry about. Like, oh yeah, I have this to stress about. I have that to stress about. That's why I usually put everything in a to do list
Mm-hmm.
because then I can block out the stuff that's not due now or that I shouldn't do now, and do the other stuff and just figure that out. If I don't have that, then I'm good. Also, like yesterday, uh, may sound a little bit meta, but I got in the zone by fixing that mess that I told you about.
Okay.
So I was just working on making my schedule and my to do list better. I feel like it's I know it's pretty basic, but I think everyone should be
Yeah, no,
making like to do lists,
yeah, and
and that doesn't have to be that specific.
yeah,
Not as specific as me at
Mhm.
least, but yeah, if you have a
yeah,
to-do
because I
list,
see your schedule is pretty specific, like even like lessons and like trainings and stuff.
sure.
But sometimes, like to get in the zone, I can't be stressed out. Like I have to, be able to think and not stress
Okay.
about like certain things. And
Definitely.
making it, I usually don't have a to-do list. Sometimes I have like, okay, I need to do. It's like tomorrow's an important day. I have a couple of things I need to do. Sometimes I write them down the night before,
Yeah, exactly.
or it's just when whenever. But for example, if I have a stressful week, let's say it's Monday, and I know on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there's something every day. Then I
Okay.
always draw up like pretty much. uh, Well, I mean, I take like an A4, and then I draw a line,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a couple of, and then I draw like one horizontal, a couple of vertical.
Okay, so
Basically
like a
for the
table.
days,
Yeah,
yeah.
a table.
And then there are like two sections, right? There's the top, and then there's the bottom one. And I write like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the top one is always like what I'm gonna do that day. And the bottom one is what I need to do, like what I need to prepare. So let's say on Tuesday, on the top section, I write, okay, I have like a math test. Then on Monday, on the bottom one, I have to write like study or prepare,
Okay.
whatever. And then I do that for every single day. That pretty much, um, if I can visualize it, so I can see it on a piece of paper, and I see like everything laid out.
Visualizing is something that
Yeah.
I actually use as
So
well.
I like pretty much drawing out the things. It's like, okay, I need to do this day, and pretty much like that. And that helps me kind of relax mentally,
Yeah,
which helps me get into
in the zone. Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like getting in the zone is a lot about not being stressed out about stuff that you shouldn't be worrying about that moment.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed.
So if I have this essay due, but right now I'm just gonna work in editing the podcast episode. I don't want to think about the essay, because then that's gonna hinder my focus, right? So that's why I do like all those to do lists, because then I can just put that in another card, another section, and just leave it for when I should actually focus on that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's yeah, it might be pretty complicated depending on your schedule and the amount of stuff you have to do. So you really have to take care of like what you should do first and how much time you put into each thing, so you actually don't get stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But it's a lot about getting into the habit. But if you get in the zone, you can get a lot more stuff done.
Exactly. It's the most effective way of working, in my opinion.
Sure.
At least for me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I
Mhm.
wanted to talk about on that one. The other one, this is one that I actually thought of today. Why do people quit and or just give up even starting something, whatever it is? What's your opinion on that? Like, what do you think? Like, why would someone quit something uh, that they, for example, really want to do?
They don't see results.
Okay.
That's why I would say. Why do people quit? For example, why do people quit trading?
Yeah.
Because they don't see results, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Results they take time, especially within training.
Mm-hmm.
You need to
So
do. You have to have the right training routine. You have to have the right diet. Combination of those two, and I would
yeah.
argue sleep as well. But a combination of those, that's what actually gives you results.
Yeah, but that's even like you don't
And
even
it's
have to
long
get
term. It's not short
yeah,
term. That's the
exactly,
thing.
exactly.
You don't
So
get short term results.
I think
That's
the
why
main point
most
is
people
patience,
quit.
right?
Exactly. And people. Oh, shit, sorry, I got a cramp.
You're right, man.
Yeah, I'm good. All right. I'm good. All right. So they. Oh, shit. Just-
All right, Alex, do you want to come here and substitute for David? Look at that, Alex is back to the podcast.
Hi guys.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna say I do not agree with him at all.
Oh yeah. Okay, why
At
not?
all.
No,
'Cause-
then you say it, please.
Like,
Come on.
yeah, to some extent that if you don't see results, yes, and okay,
You all right, man?
gymnastics.
Dude, you can do
Looking
that,
good.
that in the camera if you want.
Yeah, do it right here. Yeah, come on, stand right here.
Yeah. All right, Alex. Tell
No,
me your
but-
opinion on that. You don't know.
I don't actually. My opinion is that if you quit like a sport, like the example you brought up, I think it's more either one you've lost interest, or two because a lot of people quit when they start arguing with their trainer or they don't start agreeing with the way their trainer
Okay.
does it. Like, yeah, if you go to the gym, yeah, sure, that's not results. But if you now want to talk about sports where you can succeed on like team level, it's more about if you still find it fun. Because if you're that good, you'll always see results in a way, but you might lose interest for this sport.
Okay. I see where you're getting at, and I actually agree with both of you guys. Because I think that David's main point was about patience, right? David, you can listen in the back. I don't know if you're. Oh, yeah, you can answer in the
I
microphone.
can join here.
Okay, yeah, no.
People don't have patience.
Yeah, no, patience.
But if you
No,
are
no,
at
wait,
such
wait,
a
wait.
level,
One second, Alex. I'll get to your point as well. No, the patience thing. I think that if people do something right, uh, Alex, come on, I'm talking to you, man. Listen up. All right. Hey, William, do you want to join? No. Okay, he's back. No, okay.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
Alex.
After a stretching session. Just gonna
Okay.
keep my
Okay,
legs
I'll
straight,
keep
though.
going. I'll keep going.
Go ahead,
And
Nick.
I'll mention Alex's point as well. For patience, I feel like patience is a very important point because a lot of people they don't think long term,
Mm-hmm.
so they want the short term. That isn't to say that you shouldn't work a lot on the short term,
Mhm.
right? If you want to see results in the long run, you have to have patience to wait for them in the long run, and work a lot in the short run,
Mm-hmm.
right? That makes sense.
Agreed.
But also to Alex's point, I feel like you mentioned that like just disagreeing with the trainer or just losing interest. I think that's a very important point as well. I mentioned last week on like when we spoke about laziness as a way to check for your interest on something, right? I think that's a very good way to see it because if you're lazy to go to the gym, then at least the way you're doing it, you don't really like it,
Mm-hmm.
right? That makes sense. And I think that both of those play a role. I think the losing interest is more so in the beginning. So if you don't really like it from the start, maybe you will lose interest, or you don't like something that changed. I don't know. But then the long run thing is the patience. If you don't have the patience, then you won't
But
say either.
like for example, Gary, Gary
Yeah,
Vaynerchuk.
okay. Let's mention him every episode. Yeah, sure.
No, but he also says this that a lot of people who quit, like with their businesses and stuff, they don't. The reason being is they don't see results. Right, they're failing
Okay.
right now,
Yeah.
but they fail to see the long term results.
Mm-hmm.
And people who quit,
Definitely.
they don't want the end results as much. So if
Yeah,
you would
yeah,
if-
exactly.
so if your dream is like, for example, to
I don't know, be a millionaire, which is like every
Exactly.
millennial's
For example,
dream
right?
now, right?
and then it's like you end up like starting a business, right?
Sure.
And then you work with that and it doesn't go so good, right? It's like you're making income, but I mean, you're not becoming like a millionaire.
Sure.
And I don't think I think the people who quit are the people who don't want to be a millionaire as much as others
Yeah.
who choose to commit and continue to work.
Not only
Or
that,
work more.
but I feel like if they don't, because that your goal, your main goal, should be a manifestation of what would actually make you happy, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you think that just money will make you happy, it could be a very specific case, but it's very rare,
Yeah.
right? That just making money will make you happy, right? Because you might end up with a very good job that you hate,
Of course, happiness is
then
really
you won't
important.
you won't like it.
Yeah.
Right.
And for example, like let's say being a millionaire, right?
Sure.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, of course, and effort,
Yeah, exactly.
especially.
And it's not worth it if you don't enjoy the journey. That's what I would say.
Yeah, yeah. It's all. I feel like it's all about the journey.
Exactly.
If you don't enjoy the journey, why would you even
Exactly.
do it, right? Okay, Alex, do you want to say something? No. Microphone. We want to hear you, man.
Turn on the mic.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, say it again.
It's not like if you will enjoy, you'll enjoy the end result.
Yeah.
It's worth suffering on the journey, knowing that the end will be better.
Okay, but what if you are not sure that you actually like the end result just because you were quote taught that it's good to be a millionaire? Okay, yeah, he's just fixing the camera. Yes. Okay, good. Keep going, Alex.
I think then you'll grow as a person. Like you grow and struggle. The personality will grow. So if you
Yeah,
get
you
to
will
an end-
realize
yeah,
it in the
if
end,
you get
right?
to an end result that you don't like, you just take another way, start a new journey, and get a new end result.
Yeah, the problem is like the people that
I mean, that's pretty
just-
much life.
Yeah, of course. But if you go ahead and then you fail, right? You don't reach that goal, and you say, and then you just quit. That's the problem. I feel like if you fail and you learn from it, then it's even better than not failing at
Yeah.
all, because then you wouldn't have the lesson. Alex, say it. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Why not? Why not?
No, I agree with you that it's better to have failed.
Wait, Alex. Don't you want to join us here?
No.
Okay.
I'm good in the background.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that if you have to grow as a person. If you don't,
Sure.
that's the person no one likes.
Yeah,
to be around.
exactly. So you have to fail.
Yeah, because that's how you get a personality.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. I do. Yeah, but I feel like that's a lot on the quitting part. But a lot of people also just don't even start, right? They give up trying.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has to do a lot with fear. But not only that, I think mostly it's because I'm a quote Gary on this one, just because you did before, they value other people's opinions too much. And that's a real problem. That could be a real problem for you. And I can say for sure that I had that problem. That you think so much of other people and like what they say. And I'm not saying like constructive criticism. I'm saying really like, oh yeah, you shouldn't start this. You should go to college. You should concentrating on your studies. I'm not saying don't, right? I'm just saying uh, purely what discourages you to continue growing.
Do you think fear of failure is something that people are afraid of
Yes,
when starting?
definitely, definitely. Fear of failure. Yeah, Alex, you don't have to raise your hand. You can just say something.
I think everyone's afraid of failure.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that people should really hear, that it's okay to fail and it's good to fail.
It's
It's
good
not
to fail.
only okay, it's good. Because if you don't fail, you don't grow. Okay, Alex?
But you shouldn't fail too much.
No, I mean, I don't know if I agree with that though.
That's when you become depressed.
No. No. If
Depends
you no,
how you
look,
think
i-
about
if
it.
you
Depends how you think
yeah,
about it.
yeah, sure. Of course. But I feel like if you fail more, that means you're trying more.
Mm-hmm.
If you stop failing, if you fail a lot and then you stop failing, that means that you quit. That's what you shouldn't do.
If you stop failing, it might mean that you've learned from all your mistakes and start
No,
succeeding.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
but you're
I'll
still
get-
gonna make
uh,
failures along the way.
I'm just saying that if you stop failing and you don't get closer to your goal, then it's bad. Okay? Yeah, that makes sense. David, comment?
Yeah.
Comment? No comment?
No comment.
No comment to this. Nice. Okay. Should we move to the last topic?
Let's do it.
Yeah, last topic. Okay. Which one was it? Yeah, how to bounce back from failures. Oh, that's a nice segue. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We're talking about failures. Then how do we bounce back from them? Right? You know what I mean by that, right?
Mhm.
So if I, for example, say that this podcast is over because it's failed for whatever reason, which I just want to go out and say that I could say that from the beginning if my measurement is views, for example, because just as an argument for how that is bad. For example, you can say at any point, and if you just upload your video and it says 0 views, yeah, okay, I have no views, but then I had no patience either. So I don't think it's about the views at all, and I just want to keep doing this because it's, if anything, it's a good way to just cultivate ideas,
Mhm.
right? Okay, podcast idea, but like just to discuss this type of things, and even if it's just the people in my school or your school or whatever, people that we know watching, at least we can make them really think about these subjects and maybe just realize stuff that they might have known, but might have not given that much thought into. I know
Yeah.
that was really broad, but
Yeah, that was
uh,
got kind of away from the topic, carried away.
yeah, I got carried away. Yeah. Okay, bouncing back from failure.
Okay, how would you personally do, or what would you do?
Okay, yeah, the podcast.
Like, let's say you
Yeah.
do something, you fail. What's
I feel like it's
your
it's,
take on that?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's very important for me to realize what brought me to that failure, right? If I just go there and say, "Oh yeah, I failed. Let's move on." Okay, sure, you bounced back, but then did you learn anything? You might have, but it's much better if you realize what that was,
Exactly.
right? So if I failed with the podcast because um, I failed to I don't know, for example, have a good relationship with the people that were working here. I don't know, Sebastian, Alex, you, um, whoever else, Albin, Casper. No, William is here, but he hasn't helped us yet. William can just say hi. Yeah, he said hi in the beginning. Yeah, he said hi in the beginning, but he couldn't come back. William, come back. No, okay, no, never mind. No, but for example, not just failing with the views or whatever you say, but mostly with relationships. For example, I would see, I would check like, did I actually spend time to cultivate those relationships in a way that everyone would get something from this podcast, or was it just one sided?
So what did you wrong? What did you do wrong that led to the failure? Right?
yeah, exactly. In short,
Yeah. Troubleshoot.
troubleshoot. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. No, I think that's very important when you fail at something. You need to know why, so you don't make that mistake.
So like
over and over again.
reflecting on it, even if you just start writing down something, even if you don't know what you're gonna end up writing down, it's that thing that you have to start,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can scrap the beginning, and then you're actually right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
how would you do it?
actually my teacher, one of my teachers said was something like this, that smart people fail, and idiots do the same, fail at the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Or how is it?
Smart people fail differently. Stupid people fail the same way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Which makes total sense.
Yeah,
Because if you keep failing on the same thing over and over and you don't learn, sure, then there's a problem, right? But when we talk about failures here, we talk about failures that you can actually learn from,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
How would you do it to bounce back? Anything different?
I mean, no. First of all, I would troubleshoot. Like,
Okay.
okay, I failed at this. Why did I fail? I failed because X, Y, and Z. Right? It's like, okay, I know I shouldn't make X, Y, and Z, or I shouldn't do X, Y, and Z again. Right?
All right.
So,
Sorry. Zed. Yeah.
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
Yeah. So that's what I would do: troubleshoot, and then learn from my mistakes, and then keep on going, find a new way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
do
feel like
the same
that's-
thing because
It's one of those
Not very
things
smart.
that you know it's true.
Yeah.
And you might even like realize it, but you tend to forget it, or you
Exactly.
tend to not do it at that point
Yeah.
because you're
And a lot of
frustrated.
people are like get sad and stuff.
Sure.
It's like, okay, depends, how you fail and stuff. But
Okay.
sometimes you can get sad from like failures, depending on what it is. But but it's very important to troubleshoot, because if you
Yeah.
don't figure out why, and you just do the same mistake again, you're bound to fail.
True. Exactly. Exactly. I feel like it's very important for us to mediate our emotions in a
Mhm.
way that they can help us, but they won't just blind us from seeing what the problem was with our failure and learning from it. So that way we can fail as many times as we can, so we can finally succeed as many times
Mhm.
or more. That's nice. All right. I feel like for the last section of the podcast, David, I think you can get the computer,
Yep.
right? Just be careful with the drinks.
Alex could pass it.
Alex, can you pass the computer? Yeah, well, so we're going to do something similar and different. The second episode, we had some news. And David, I made David look up some news stories. Hey, Alex. Look up some news stories for us. Yeah, do 3 fingers to the side, man.
Or like
Or,
this.
or like that.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah, so look up some headlines and news stories for us to talk about and discuss real quick, just like we did with Casper in the past. Go on.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to start with?
So first of all, this is called Revel. Okay.
Rebel, what is it?
First of all,
I can see a picture of a
Oh,
scooter.
no cheating, no cheating.
No,
just
okay,
kidding.
okay, I won't
No,
see it.
Okay,
Okay, you can't see it either, right?
do you know NIU?
You?
The scooter, the electric scooter. Yes. You've seen it with like the round headlight, right?
Sure.
Bunch of
No.
electric scooters.
Okay, like Void
no, no,
tier.
no, 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 like a scooter, like a
Ah, okay.
moped
Oh,
scooter.
I know what you mean. I
Yeah,
know what you mean.
This.
Yeah, I can see it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
just like a
it's
scooter,
been-
like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't call it a motorcycle. I would call
Oh,
it a
oh.
moped.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, it's
But
not
is
a
it as fast
motorcycle.
as a moped or is it a.
Yes, it's just as fast.
Oh,
I mean, here in the EU, 45 kilometers an hour.
okay.
Okay. So these are 100% electric, and basically, this company, Revel, right?
Sure.
They're doing the same things, the same idea, with these new scooters, as they're doing with Voy. What do you think about this? Basically,
Okay, so-
upgrading the scooters, like the
So it's like the rental system
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Voi with
Rentals.
that.
Yeah,
But
but
Voi, for those
for-
who don't have, is just like one of those electric scooters, like Lime,
yeah.
Tier, whatever you have there.
exactly.
Alex?
Voi has updated their scooters, so they look ugly as fuck right
No,
now.
I know.
Really?
I saw them.
haven't seen
No, it's they got the same one that Tier has now.
They no,
It's-
no, it's different. This one has suspension.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Actually, that is interesting. One thing I just want to comment on that I don't like. I don't know if it's regulation now, but the newer scooters, they keep the speed at 20 kilometers an hour. So if you're going downhill, it's what? It's law now. Okay.
Like it's a unofficial law. Like they're not allowed to have it over 20. Then it becomes.
Okay. Can they hear us? Hear you? I mean.
They're not allowed to have it over 20, because I think it then becomes like a A2 mappe.
What's that mean?
It means that if
No, class 1.
no
It's called.
class 2.
No, class 2 is up to 25.
Okay,
oh,
okay.
yeah, a moped.
Moped,
Alex.
so it becomes
Class 2, not
it becomes
A2.
a
That's
class
something
2.
different.
No, I understand that. The problem that I
And
was
you need a
gonna say-
license for that.
Yeah. The problem that I was gonna say is just that the other scooters, the max speed was like 25 or whatever, but some were 20. And but if you're going downhill, you could reach 25 and even 30 if you're going fast enough. But in this one, it actually slows you down so you can get 20 on downhill. That kind of bugs me a bit.
Okay, but what do you think about this idea, upgrading the
Yeah,
scooter
the
system
sorry.
to these new scooters, mopeds?
Mopeds, sure. Yeah. It's just like a
Pretty much, it would be
scooter,
the same system,
motorcycle.
you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it's too
I mean,
expensive.
okay, it would
like-
be a
It'd
little
like
bit more.
Sunfleet for mopeds.
Okay,
no, because
would-
it actually goes slower, and I feel like it would be different. Because Sunfleet, you pay a membership per month, right? This
Mm.
one you just
yeah,
rent.
it's pretty much like a Voi, you know?
Yeah, it's like a Voi. I've seen
You
them.
pay a fixed amount and then you pay
I've
per
seen some
minute.
of them. I think it was in Paris.
Mhm.
They had it wasn't that exactly, but it was similar.
We're
and
actually coming to something in Paris, something similar.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't think that's what you're thinking about.
No, maybe not. Nah, it was just a motorcycle, and apparently they had an app. Alex, you can say something. You
I
don't
think
have
it'll
to.
become a problem, because unless the app has a way to check if you have a driver's license for a
Mhm.
moped, that can cause some problems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree.
'Cause
I
of
think
legal thing.
that-
this is a
that's
cool
hard, yeah.
idea. You know, transporting yourself and stuff like. In
But if
this
they
way.
if they
But
can fix
two
that.
things with
Okay.
that are red flags in my opinion. First of all, helmet, which is
yeah, it's a
It's
problem.
a law, right?
Helmet is law,
Yeah.
as well as a driver's license. That's why still be like
Second
I
of
feel like
all,
some of
driver's
them
license.
come with the helmet inside though.
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
someone can steal the helmet.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
someone
yeah.
can
So
steal the
so you
helmet.
always
That's
find
true.
like you can put GPS on the helmet as well, or like
Yeah, well, you
I
can
mean,
put, you
I don't
put
know, pre-
GPS on the voice, and people
Yeah.
still trash them.
no, I know, but like
Do you
for
think?
example, pressure sensitive slot for the helmet inside
Mhm.
the actual scooter.
Mhm.
That's a solution.
Alex, what's your opinion on this? Wait, one sec. Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
In general, my opinion on this, I can
Yeah,
say,
go
is
ahead.
that the reason why I think is like Sunfleet, because Sunfleet checks if you have a driver's license. That's why it's a membership per month,
Okay.
because it's a bigger system. So that's why I think they'll have to do a per month membership to be able to use them, because it's easier, I think, law wise to check.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Okay,
what I mean?
but
Yeah, I think they have to put something on the. I think in the app they probably have to send a picture of the ID as well that they have to check, but I'm not sure. All right,
Okay,
David.
a
Next
question.
headline.
no, just
Or
just
no,
the last
what else
thing
do
I
you
wanted
wanna
to
say?
say? Do you think because the Voi and stuff like it's a cool thing, right, to have, and do you think our society is ready to have something like this? To like, do you think they would trust us enough, or do you think
Yeah,
like it would be
I do.
profitable for
You-
them,
yes,
or
the
do you think they
elderly
would?
know.
Do you think
I
they would
do
trash them?
depending on the.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they would trash them.
Would they
as
have
much as the voice.
enough
Because
respect for these?
think about it. These like you don't see people trashing just normal motorcycles in the street, right? I know that they would have a different color, the brand, but at the same time they trash the voice by like throwing them. You can't throw one of these. Okay, you can.
I mean, you can drive it off, I
Oh, I
guess.
guess so.
Because I think that if you look at it, a Void, Tier, Lime, whatever,
Sure.
has the average life of like
30 days.
No.
2-3 days. No, it's not that.
Is it
much.
like 2-3 weeks?
I think
No,
it should
two,
be
3
weeks.
Yeah,
I think
Search
so.
it up.
I think
Search
no,
it.
it's fine.
'Cause
It's fine.
I want to know though. Search it up.
Okay.
But I think with this is the reason why people don't trash motorcycles and mopeds, normal ones, is because they know that someone has paid for it. But if you see just some random thing, let's be honest, like someone's gonna tip one of these over.
Yeah,
somewhere,
okay.
Drive it off somewhere.
Sure. I feel like if they can deal with these problems, the main ones, the helmet, the license. What?
By the way, Bird scooter lifespan, I guess it's the same as Voy.
Yeah, it's another
Um,
brand.
they tend to last 1 to 2 months before they need to be replaced. Replace, I think, battery like components and stuff. Although I don't know about getting trashed and stuff.
Might be. Okay. Void 2-3
Okay,
weeks.
anyway.
Okay. Anyways, any other comments, David?
No.
No?
Should we move on to the next topic?
Sure.
All right, this is kind of similar.
All right.
Um,
Waymo.
Waymo.
What is that about, David?
Waymo is a company. Waymo and
Renault.
Renault are are working together in Paris, and the airport. Charles, do you
Charles
want
de
to go
Gaulle.
ahead?
Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah, exactly. To it's called La Défense. in
Whatever.
Paris.
You can read it with like a
Yeah, okay. So
English
that's
accent,
a
whatever.
place. La Défense in Paris.
okay.
They're basically gonna have like a route that's going from the airport to La Défense.
Okay.
And it's basically autonomous.
Okay, so you're talking about autonomous cars,
It's pretty much like a taxi.
but it's
but-
autonomous.
Exactly.
It's much like a train, the autonomous train that goes in the same track.
So
but
it
it's
is a
car.
fixed route,
Uh-huh.
and it's going from point A to point B, like popular routes, right? Like for
Okay.
example, the airport, taking people home. Or
yeah,
to that
I
place,
feel like
right?
I've seen that in so many movies.
what do you
but
think
it's-
about this?
I feel like
Or
it's
wait,
so cool.
let me just give you an example. You know, do you are you usually at Lindholmen?
Sometimes this is just like a neighborhood here in our
Yeah,
city.
it's a place basically where there
It's
are a
very
lot of like
universitary.
exactly a lot of high schools. You know, like
University,
Polhem, my
yeah.
school is there, and a bunch of others. Anyway, there is a bus, I would call it.
Oh yeah, the
Have-
55, right?
No, not the 55. It's a bus that's autonomous. It's like a white bus.
Ah,
Have you
okay.
seen it?
I
And
think
it's
I know
the
what you're
same
talking
thing, and it goes, I think, from the boat to somewhere. I'm not sure.
about. Okay.
I haven't seen where it stops,
I
but
think
it's
I've
pretty
seen that
much
one.
the same thing. So it goes with like 15 kilometers an hour, 20 maybe,
Uh huh.
and then you basically it's like a taxi. It goes back and forth, right?
Okay.
So you go
yeah.
onto the bus, and then you take it, and then it takes maybe 15 minutes, and then you get off at the
Okay.
other
yeah,
station. And it
I mean,
it's
it's
really
slow,
cool
but
because
it's-
it goes out onto the roads and stuff,
Yeah. Uh huh.
and like
So it's a good test.
yeah, exactly. But it's really cool because it's like roundabouts and stuff.
Uh huh.
So it's really cool that the bus can actually like
Turn on the round.
exactly like know
Yeah.
if it's safe to drive out, which is actually really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it's the one of the coolest things.
Do you
think
think
this
this would work in Paris?
In Paris,
I think it would be a big challenge
I think so.
for the engineers.
Yeah, because it's a lot of cars for sure,
Hmm.
and I don't know about like traffic and stuff. I feel like the best applications with these autonomous vehicles are it's good that they're already electric, most of them, right? So that already helps the environment. But just thinking of an environmental thing, if you take a bus instead of a car or a ride sharing car,
Mm-hmm.
that could be even better. So first of all, you don't use your car as much because you don't have to use your car. You can just hop in and out, and if it's a bus, you can have a lot of people inside and less impact.
Mm-hmm.
At least just looking from that perspective,
Yeah.
I guess. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Comments? No.
No, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, me
And I
too.
think this would totally work because there are a lot of popular routes. For example, the airport, and then out to, certain district or area.
And
Place.
it could. I mean, I don't know about the beginning, but I feel like it could minimize accidents as well,
Yeah, I think so too.
right? Alex,
And Alex, any
comments?
comment?
You can
I'm
say
good.
no comment. Okay,
You good?
he's good.
All right.
He's good. Okay, do you have any other headlines?
I
Last
have
one?
actually last topic here,
Okay, special one.
which is actually a combination of everything,
Oh my god, let's
or
go.
it has to do with digital payments.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that before.
Yeah, exactly. So all of these things, for example, the autonomous bus, or in this case, car,
Okay.
and Voy, and all of these, or the what was it called? The electric,
Waymo.
the Revel.
Oh, Revel bikes.
Yeah. How do you pay with these? Digital payment, right?
Digital pay.
It's through
Connected.
basically entering your card and stuff.
I'm getting flashbacks to Casper talking about Amazon and the
Yeah,
hacks.
yeah, exactly. Pretty much entering your information,
Yeah.
card details into the app, right? What do you think about this?
You mean privacy wise, or?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
exactly. Or just like anything, like if anything goes wrong, like they can do whatever because they have all the information, you know?
I feel like, look, actually, I can make a pretty. I feel like I can make a connection between that and the autonomous vehicle in a way.
Because you don't pay after the ride, right? You enter
Yeah.
everything and then
Yeah.
you pay by minute.
No, I get that.
So
but
if there's
like,
something,
just
wrong, then,
digital payments in general with the autonomous vehicle. I feel like a stigma that people have with these vehicles is that they expect them because it's a machine, right? And you can program them. They expect them to have no issues at all, right? So pretty much zero tolerance. As but with a human, you expect to have like a lot more problems because I guess we're not perfect, whatever. But we, of course, we still have glitches. We still have problems with autonomous vehicles.
Mhm.
However, uh, I I can't confirm for statistics or anything, but I feel like now we should be at a point that autonomous vehicles have a lot less accidents than people in vehicles
Mhm.
normally. It's just that every time it happens, it's so it's so much coverage
Mhm.
that it seems like a lot more, or it seems like a larger issue.
Yeah,
So
if you yeah.
just
No, sorry.
connecting to digital payments went wait up, Alex. 1 second. When you put your information there, you expect it to be completely safe because it's machine programmed,
Mhm.
whatever. But if you put it in a bank, or not in a bank, let's say you're paying at a restaurant, and you someone gets the your card number for by chance, and then you get an extra payment that you didn't want to have, or as simple as just putting the wrong amount, then you pay
Mhm.
that more. It's just human error, right?
Yeah.
Because we expect that machines don't have those mistakes. It's I don't know. It builds a parallel between those two. You get what I mean?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
I guess I rumbled a little bit too much on that
Yeah.
one.
Can you clarify?
I guess what I'm trying to say is just that um, the expectations between a human and a machine are very different.
Mhm.
And because we expect machines not to fail ever because they're quote perfect, then we have a lot higher tolerance on that. And
Mhm.
when they do fail, it's a lot of coverage and a lot of it's a lot more intensified.
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah, now I get you.
Okay, yeah, that's it in short.
Mm.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Is that true? Is that not true?
I mean, yeah. Oh, I would say so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you feel like it should be this way?
I mean, should I think this is how it
Yeah.
is, you know?
I guess
It's,
so. Yeah.
the way it is, you know?
Okay, Alex. Sorry, you were gonna say something, and I stopped you before. What was your comment?
I think a lot of people are gonna have trouble letting go of driving themselves.
I think so too.
I think that's the same with everything though, because it's a big change, right? And
I'm
in
never
every
gonna
big change, people are what?
I'm never gonna trust. Like, it's not that not gonna trust it. It's more that there is a certain thrill in driving.
There is.
No,
Do you think that
yeah, I
that
get
in
that.
the future at least this would minimize the time we spend in our like own cars, like the time we spend driving? So for example, I can see myself
Yes,
in the
in a way.
future taking like an autonomous bus home or at least into town, you know?
Because it becomes more mundane as well,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
The fun aspect that Alex
Mhm.
pointed out, yeah, it's different, but maybe then it's something else,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
It's like it is just for fun,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah, that's
you
joy,
do
you know,
drive it.
that's for fun. You
Exactly.
drive because it's fun.
Yeah, but it's just like it's just for the fun. It's not
Mm.
for the actual gain
Yeah.
of anything.
Or whereas you can take something like this, like an autonomous
Uh-huh.
bus, to, for example, work or to the airport
I feel like
as
it's
a form of transport and not joy or fun.
yeah. I feel like
I mean, whatever
uh,
floats your boat, but you know.
yeah, yeah, like running. I guess I could use that analogy. I don't know, like in the past, very long time ago, like people ran to places
Yeah.
just like to get there
Mhm,
quicker.
yeah.
Okay, just an example. I know it's pretty arbitrary, but bear with me. But nowadays, people run for sport,
Mhm.
right? Or because they like running, for example. So it's completely different. It's the same activity. People do it less, I guess. Uh, but that's the difference, right? So if you change running for driving, you just do it less, but you do it just for fun
Mhm.
or just for something specific, not for transportation.
Yep.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Okay, that's all.
Alright.
Do you have anything else you want to touch on?
I don't.
Yeah. Alex, do you want to comment on anything else?
Not starting discussion. Just gonna give a shout out to the guy that ran 42 kilometers under 2 hours.
Oh yeah, true.
Yep.
That's so cool.
That was
Yeah.
today, right?
Between, he started running at 5 in the morning to 7.
7,
I
yeah.
guess. It's because they measured out that would be pristine, like the least amount of humidity of the day.
Okay, nice.
They
Where
spent-
was
Wow.
this?
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
that's
spent
cool.
a couple million on the runner. Flew him in to Belgium the day before. They had 41 extra runners, pacekeepers.
Okay.
16 of them just came straight from the IAAF World Championship.
Nice.
That's
Now
cool.
that's interesting. Yeah.
What a
that's-
legend.
It's cool. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great story. Right?
Sub 2 hours.
He broke his own world record of 2 hours and 1 minute, but this is an unofficial record.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I think it hasn't been that long that people actually broke the 3 hour mark, and
Mhm.
we've already broken the
2
2
hour.
now. Okay, great.
Great.
I think that's it.
That's
I
it.
think we can cut it right there. I think we've done quite a bit, but guys, thanks for listening. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
Thanks for today. Take care.
Goodbye.
See you next time.